Here's what's coming into view on Elevating Denver for October 2023. Tour the Denver Fire Department's operations.
The biggest takeaway is to actually see what we do on a daily basis.
Examine Denver's Waltz Festival.
Street art lives out on the street.
And Senior Services Makes a Difference.
A place for people who other people didn't want.
These stories and more are just ahead on Elevating Denver.
We are doing a Fire Operations 101. Subject matter experts showing everyday people, including council members, what they do, how they do it.
We have a lot of different apparatus out here. We've got our heavy rescues, we've got our collapse rig, we have our dive rescue, we have our drone unit. So we are very proud of what we do. We're the only people that say, I get to go to work today. So the men and women out there are excited. They want to show off and they want to show you all the wonderful things we do.
This is so fun!
My name is Kaylee Dancy, and we're just out here helping you guys.
Woo! That's tight. And I got high waters. I'm back in high school.
You know, I have heels on right now, but I'm planning to, switch to some boots.
For these, you want to always at least clip 2, and you just slide those in right there. If you want all 4. It's a little hot and you guys aren't actually going in the fire. So,
okay. But if I were going into a fire, I would need all 4?
All 4, and you'd button everything up and you'd have a lot more gear on. These ones you can adjust.
Good, because my melon is huge.
Fire Ops 101, it's a chance for us to bring our partners in the city, individuals from city council, council aides, council members, get a chance to find out, how we could complement each other.
I think it's an important opportunity for us to not only collaborate, but build camaraderie between our offices and those that serve the entire city in Denver Fire.
I think one reason is because we see all these funding requests for equipment, and actually I have a number of times sort of asked for more detail or more understanding.
I think that the biggest takeaway is to actually see what we do on a daily basis. We could be called on a medical call 1 minute, we'll be doing auto extrication the next minute, and then also a fire. So to actually see exactly what we do on every single day of our jobs.
An example of equipment that we just got to use was new Jaws of Life type tools that are handheld and will cut right through a car. I got a souvenir. Cut a little chunk off a car. And they move fast, they're easy to carry, and I'm really glad that our department has them.
And we want to make sure that what we're doing is in alignment with the visions and values of our constituents and the city council members, and ensuring that we're identifying areas that we can be better and growing from those opportunities.
Today we climbed up a bunch of stairs. We got to put out a fire of a burning van.
We have a car fire on an engine here. There's 4 of us. So my job is I'm on the nozzle, and then Q here is going to be doing search and rescue basically inside the vehicle. He'll be popping doors, breaking the glass, making sure there's no victims or anything like that inside. And that's his job. So my job on the nozzle is to protect him, and that's what you're going to be doing today. All right? You feel that pressure, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to hit the engine. I bet the engine's on fire. You're going to hit in there.
We even got to ride the boom all the way as far up as it goes.
This is great.
67 degrees of elevation. And now I'll take us out. The steeper the angle we go to, the more stable this feels up here.
Firefighters, that's a term that we're very proud of. That is probably one of the most dangerous and difficult things that we do. However, you know, with the 145,000 calls that we run every year, approximately 67% of those are medical. Some things we're able to perform now that we weren't in the past was we could start IVs now, we could do advanced airways, and really have an opportunity to make a difference when it comes to patient care. Obviously, fighting fires is something we train for and prepare for because those, again, one of the most dangerous activities we'll participate in. Technical rescue, under the ice, over the ice, open water, confined space, structural collapse, hazmat releases.
That's right. We handle that.
We've got some things that are very high risk types of incidents, and some examples of that here today would be our technical rescue team rappelling out the side of a building. So there's a whole gamut of what we do, and we've got to be prepared for everything.
And the last thing we got to do is we need to search for victims.
The one thing that's different about firefighters is when people call 911, sometimes 911 doesn't know who to send that call to. They send it to us because we're good at problem solving. We'll find a way to make it better.
I was kind of starstruck because I was like, oh my gosh, this is the guy that painted the murals that everyone talks about at DIA.
We are at the Gonzales Library branch. We are in Council District 3, and we are celebrating the Latino Community Service Awards for Denver Public Library. The Lifetime Achievement Award for Leo Tanguma was incredibly special because I've seen his work, and his work creates some reaction, right? What images are in his work at the airport, at the MSU campus, and you can't help but start thinking about what is he telling me?
It's important to have a sense of self-pride, right? When you discover all this imagery and meaning, and it'll also give you a sense of self-identity with this beautiful presented culture of ours. When young people have painted with me in the past and here in this one, they feel empowered, that they have some kind of a power to represent ourselves, to paint their ideas, right? To paint what this may mean to them, to identify with our past.
I think Leo's just loves his community so much, and so these are our next generation. We need to pass down all our culture and techniques and history to them. Leo's always had that mindset.
As an accomplished Chicano muralist, Tanguma's national resonance is centered in Denver, where his art bridges divisions, cultivates inclusivity, and nurtures a sense of belonging amongst diverse communities. Congratulations.
He is taking on subjects that are really meaningful, and that he makes this intergenerational reach is probably one of the most amazing things about the legacy that he currently gives and that he leaves behind for our entire community.
A lot of our students in our society doesn't deal in depth about our culture or anybody's culture for that matter, but the Mexican-American Latino culture has been present in the United States since the mid-1500s.
What is this mural trying to say? And as a Chicano muralist, that's exactly what he brings to the conversation through really powerful imagery, not just identity, but also politics, community, and humanity. And those are the kinds of themes that come from Leo Tanguma's work. So it was a real honor to be able to recognize him today.
Art transcends words. You may not be able to read the same language as someone else. You may be in a country where you don't understand anything, but you have eyes, and you'll be able to understand the meaning and the hopefulness and the love that radiates from Leo's murals.
An important symbol is a young lady that comes swooping down from beyond the horizon, along with this elderly woman coming down to offer a number of flowers that were painted by this young assistant that I have on towards a book, a large book that's opened up there, into which all this beauty is going to go for us to study and know about it. The elderly woman represents our history, our past. The young girl that you see here represents the present. There will be a young boy bringing a seedling, a young plant, to be planted somewhere in there, and that little figure will represent the future. To make people think and dwell on these ideas, you see how those can be instigating thought and wonder in our culture.
I think it's really important because it's so easy in our hectic lives to forget about people like Leo. The people that really hold our community together that we may not see every day. Like, you just see a beautiful mural, it probably makes your day, but you don't know who painted it or the story. So I just think it's very important that we give the community the story and really honor the people who make our lives so much better, even in tiny ways.
Well, first I would say thank you to all those folks that I've had the opportunity to paint with. I think that we've made an impact. It's a feeling of being vindicated, that all that work, sometimes it's been a struggle, all that work served its purpose. What makes me continue is the assurance that what I'm doing is right and needed.
Just come on down and bring your kids and get ready to dance, because this is a party here. Everybody dances here. All the little kids are dancing, everybody dancing. You get a laugh and you get a scare. I didn't start out this big. I started out with one. By the end of the month, I put 2 more. But the more I put, the kids are coming around, more kids and more kids. So I got a kick out of it because they really liked it. So I started adding about 5 or 6 every year. And now I got too many to put out. Well, I grew up watching creature features, all the scary movies on TV, Dracula, Wolfman, all them ones. I just loved it so much, and I started making monsters in my clubhouse. I was about 9 years old, and I made my first monster move. And when the kids would open the door, he'd come out the door, and I would scare everybody, and I'd charge them a few dollars, 10, 25, whatever they had to pay me to come in and look at my laboratory. Each one of these guys that I make, they become like my kids. They're personal, and I love them. But you can't buy these nowhere. You gotta make them. I make them from the first wire to the last, every detail, everything. From the feet up, I make them all. Because you have to have them out. These are Colorado monsters. They got to stay out in the snow and the rain. It's too much work to take them in every night. And besides, they don't have no motors in them, nothing electrical, so they could stay out and they won't break. Everything's manual. Well, a lot of them, when I first started, about 20 years ago, I started 23 years ago, but I made my uncle, my aunt, my dad and my brother, and because I use all of their clothes. Mailman, he's a really good friend of mine, my fishing partner. Usually the first week of September, I'll start in my laboratory, or my workshop, and I'll build me a few of them and shake out the rest, bring them all out in the backyard and see who needs to be fixed. And then about the second week to October, I'll put the fence up, and then I'll start bringing everything out. I get a good response from the neighbors. They really like it. Most of them come every night. Their kids make them bring them every day. I'll be going to the stores locally around here, get something, and I can hear the kids in the next aisle. They call me the Puppet Master. I hope I got another 10 years to live, because I'll be doing it every year till I can't do it no more. But this guy here, I got up here, I'm training him to take over. Well, everybody loves it so much. I got such a great response that it gives me the energy, whatever, the oomph to do more and more and more. I don't charge to come and see it, but I depend a lot on my donations so I could buy more stuff for the next year. You got to come down and see the show, and I wish you a happy Halloween. And I hope you guys dress up this year and go out and celebrate.
Denver Walls is a new mural festival presented by Rhino Art District. 17 murals with 18 artists spread throughout the district. Hi, my name is Allie Grimm. I paint under the name A.L. Grime, and I am the director of Denver Walls. We are curating a lineup of 50% local artists mixed in with some international names.
Very oftentimes, Denver has taken a back seat in terms of the art community to bigger cities like Miami and New York and Chicago, LA. And I really think this is an opportunity for us to exemplify and show the world the incredible talent that we have right here locally.
Detour is painting our largest mural. It's a 16,000 square foot installation over at the Source Hotel. The whole entire top floor of the parking deck. So the best place to view it from is from their top floor where they have their little rooftop bar. You can see it from there. He wanted to create a fully immersive art experience where folks can go and take photographs and just really be submerged in color. Having this color explosion just at the Source is a really exciting installation for the project. Our festival is a part of a much larger network of festivals called Worldwide Walls. We are the 25th international city added to their roster. They have a huge emphasis on education and giving back, and so that also really drew me to it, just being able to bring something to Denver where we're able to both marry this really incredible outside image of really high-end fine art on walls, while also internally just celebrating the communities that we touch. One of the things that really mattered to me in building Denver Walls was to bring in that tech element of what makes Denver so special. I've been doing augmented reality and virtual reality and all kinds of tech stuff myself. And I learned it all from creatives here in Denver. And so I wanted to implement that back in.
The new tech of projection mapping some of these murals is really unbelievable. You're just experiencing a static 2D mural in such a new way that's kinetic, that's three-dimensional, that's able to interact and literally jump off the walls. Being able to just make art come alive in whatever way possible, in a clear, more exciting way to audiences, that is what gets me very excited about these technological advances.
I've traveled around the world and seen so many beautiful things I wanted to bring here, but also telling the story of who Denver is. I think Denver has kind of this quiet humility about it, where we are actually a really innovative city, a really forward-thinking city. It's just that we also are not puffing our chests out about it. We do have this really strong tech-based identity, and we still have the mountains and the beautiful outdoor things as well. And so I wanted to capture both sides of that.
This is the other aspect of tech that is so exciting, is not only can these histories come to life through various avenues, but it gives us the ability to archive every mural that has been in the district since the inception.
We want to help people create moments where they're able to document the walls beyond just taking photos on their phones. We want to give them a snapshot of, I was there at this moment, so that if a wall becomes this huge iconic piece, you actually have proof on your phone that you checked in there and you went there, and it's almost like a ticket stub. We just want to keep it fun. We all saw how popular Pokemon Go was. This kind of gives you that scavenger hunt experience, and it makes it exciting. It makes people want to catch them all.
How I got involved with the center was that after 36 years of my life spent in prison, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about, but coming out of there, back into society, I was lost. This is how I looked when I first came here. I was already 2 years on the streets, out of prison, no direction. After a year or so, that's me today. So just these little items here expresses everything that I want to express to the people out there that is listening. We are needing help here in the center, though they may not ask for it. But I and others here in the center appreciate everything that the center does for us here. This saved my life, basically. It saved my life.
So originally, Senior Support Services was just a place where people could drop in, have a cup of coffee, and maybe one meal. A number of faith organizations in downtown Denver were concerned because of all the seniors who were being evicted due to the redevelopment of lower downtown. And we have become, since, a client-centered, low-barrier day shelter for homeless seniors. We are open every weekday from 7 a.m. until 2 p.m. Clients can come here, get meals, socialize, and it's really one-stop shopping for them, because we also offer them what I call comprehensive, individualized case management services.
Oftentimes I think kind of the needs of seniors unfortunately kind of fall under the radar. So unless we're the ones kind of presenting what's going on, not everybody really understands that. So really any opportunity that we have that we're able to advocate for seniors, we do that. Every individual situation is different, but we wait for what they present to us as we, that helps us direct case management. So individuals may want to come in and just talk or vent, no problem. Individual may want to come and recertify some benefits that they receive mail on that's due, no problem. Individuals might want to look into housing options. So we support them with really whatever they want from us or need from us.
I was homeless for 3 years. This place got a place for me 5 months ago. And I have to say, I love the staff here. I'm telling you, they helped me the most, more than any other facility I went to. This is the best that I know of. That's the truth. I love it. I love it over here. I love it. I really do.
I came in and seen people that they treated you nice. They help you. All the case managers and stuff, they help you. And they did everything just so that I don't feel like I got to fight against the world. I can't win. And then I started feeling good to myself. And this I get normal here. They help us a lot.
Yes.
We used to have a case manager here. He used to always say, this was a place for people who other people didn't want. That really hit me, because just the way he said it, these are the people that nobody wants out there. And I guess you can say there's a lot of need out there. And it's just so good to be able to serve these people, serve our clients. And they're human, It's just an enjoyable experience that I've had here.
The most rewarding piece of this work for me is really the real time, like, actions and solutions. You really see the work you're doing take effect. I can't really specify. I can just give instances of success, but every day is a success when we work with seniors, meet needs, whether it's food needs, whether it's clothing needs, whether it's just providing a space of like peers where they can relate to each other. It's all, it's all great for me.
Look, you get my age and your kid's already gone and things, and my husband died in 2008. So right now, being here and talking to people make me feel like a person, important, and that I need to be here because sometimes you get lonely. And so this helps me a lot to know people, to do the computers, to read a book, to do bingo. This helps me to kind of like feel important. I'm going to say important within myself. That's what I did within myself.
I was a junkie, ex-convict. I was a junkie. That's what I was. But that's no longer me today. Today I am what I am, and I'm grateful to the center for that.
If you see us, say hi. If you want to donate, definitely. But just trust that the work we're doing here will continue, and we're going to constantly be taking care of the seniors that need us.
Stay elevated by subscribing to the city's YouTube page for these stories and more. And stay tuned to our social media channels for more content. Don't miss our new episodes of Elevating Denver, premiering each month. Thanks for watching, Denver.